Good morning. It's our last day here in Japan today. Very sad times. But we've got up early and we're heading to a sumo morning practice to check it all out. That was also our first experience on a packed peak hour Japanese train. And it was trippy how dead silent it was with that many people packed in. But we survived and we're, 5 minutes away from the, what do they call it? Bear.
Yeah, stable.
Stable. Alright, our next job is packing all this up and checking out. Thoughts on sumo, what do you think? Sums it up very well. It was so much more intense than I thought. I don't know if I'm in frame. I hope I'm in frame. It was super intense. What did you say they smelled like?
I couldn't smell them.
But you know they smell like something.
Baby oil.
They smell like baby oil. But because we were outside we couldn't smell them. I know.
Wait. You want to be a sumo?
We both want to be sumo wrestlers now. There are all these rules when you go and watch sumo. Let me find the rules because they're pretty interesting. Okay, here we are. Here are the guidelines or rules for watching sumo practice. So you've got to call the day beforehand, and you can only speak Japanese in that call. You can't ask if they're practicing in English. So there's a bit of a script we followed and we gave them a call. So the sumo, they all live there. It's their home as well. So it's not really like a tourist attraction. So you are not allowed to talk. What was that phrase that we saw? Any words that aren't from the trainers or coaches are of no use to sumo, so they're all banned. So complete silence. Don't move around, so there's no movement to distract the wrestlers. Do not stand on the ring or the floor. Do not sit in the tokon norma. Take your shoes off, which is pretty standard for any Japanese place. When you're sitting on the floor, cross your legs and don't point your soles of your feet towards the wrestlers. Take off hats, sunglasses, not allowed to eat, drink, smoke or chew gum. You can take photos, but you're not allowed to stand up and move around. Nothing that has like a click noise or a flash or a shutter noise. And once you start watching practice, you're expected to stay seated until they finish practice, which is like sometimes 3 hours. We were outside though. The one we went to, viewers aren't actually allowed inside the practice area. So we just were standing on the street looking through the window, which gave us a great view. And it also meant we didn't need to follow as many of those rules. We just kind of had to sit quietly outside and not be too distracting. But it was great to see, really cool to see. I think it's a perfect way to finish our, I thought you were pulling faces again. Perfect way to finish start our last day in Japan.
The funny thing is I forgot to do like this. So I went like this.
I just pointed your own face.
And I did this. And now I'm swearing and my mom's gonna watch this.
Vicky's a bit delirious because she went kayaking last night and she got a bit of a cold last night. And it's 2 degrees today, so it's no warmer. Our phones just went off with this super shrill alarm and it was the emergency alert. We've just looked up the translation and it said there's an earthquake alert, which is a bit scary. So we're going to pack up and get our stuff out and downstairs and hope that everything's alright. So not much came of that earthquake warning. We haven't felt anything. Everyone's super calm around here. I guess it was just a extra cautious morning. We're dropping our bags off at coin lockers right now. I've just tracked down a secret one using some obscure Japanese website because everything else is full. I'm going back to meet Vicky now, and then I think we've got 2 hours to kill before we have to go to the airport. I can't remember if I mentioned this when we were back in Bath, but we booked our JR tourist train ticket and then messed up our booking. So it arrived today, the day we're leaving Japan. So we've just gone back to our original hotel to pick up that. We've got it, it's great, all sorted, and now we're heading to a stationery store in the last hour and a half we have before we have to get the train to the airport. Check this out, this shop you make your own notebooks. So you choose each cover and binding and any type of paper, and then they make it for you over here. So cool. We're back. So this is the current situation. We're back at Akihabara Station. You got Yodobashi just there. And we're heading to the airport. So from Akihabara, we're heading to Nippori. And from Nippori, we're getting the Keisei Skyliner back to Narita International Airport. And I am just on my way to pick up my suitcase from the coin locker. The transfer to Keisei line for Narita Airport. This is where Vicky kayaked last night, across this river,
Yeah,
maybe.
it definitely was.
Yeah?
Yeah. Down that.
That's so cool. It's with all these helicopters. That's crazy.
Terminal 2 to your right.
Beep. We've made it, and we have heaps of time before we need to board our flight. So we're going to check in.
Don't film that I've got easy mode.
We're checked in, and we actually have just 2 seats, not a row of 3, just us 2. So it's going to be a nice, comfortable flight. We're all the way through. Our gate's just behind me there. We're going to get some sushi dinner, because Vicky's very sad that we're leaving Japanese cuisine before we go to Australia. And then boarding in an hour or so. Here is our last dinner in Japan.
Thank you.
Arigatou gozaimasu. Boarding now, and Australia in 9 hours.
Above, Captain Stuart Gale and the crew. It's our pleasure having you both today.